We are now talking to Arkansas State offensive tackle recruit, Aiden Logan. What's going on, Aiden?
Hey guys, what's up?
Well, I'm not dancing, man. As you heard, I'm sure you were listening. Our caller, Jeff, took shots at the New York Jets. And if everybody hasn't watched this show, I am a New York Jet fan. And unfortunately, I watch terrible football every single week. I don't even know why I watch it. So there you go, Aiden. Anyways, how are you and your family doing
I'm
with
more
this
of a
pandemic?
Patriots fan myself.
Oh, you're hold on. Maybe we're not going to be doing this interview. Who are you a fan of? Did you just say you were a Patriot fan? You did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Tom Brady, Bill
Yes.
Stinking Belichick, Gronkowski, 6 championships. I don't want to get into that. Let's get into you and your family. How are you and your family doing with this pandemic?
Man, it's been crazy. It's been unpredictable. It's been a ride for sure. We're doing pretty good. A lot better than a lot of other families I know for sure, and we're very blessed to be in the situation, but we've been doing pretty good.
Now, the offensive tackle position is a very unique position because I think a lot of people don't realize that out of maybe the quarterback position, that probably is the second or third most important position to play in football, especially college football. So as you were growing up playing peewee football or you started playing junior high football or playing high school football, what made you decide to play the offensive line or offensive tackle position out of all the other positions you could have played in football?
Well, right off the bat, when I joined football, I was already too big to be like a wide receiver or a quarterback or running back, something like that. I was about a head and shoulders taller than everybody else, so they just stuck me into the lineman spot pretty quickly.
Did you play any other positions outside of offensive line on the defensive side of the ball?
I've been a backup for defensive tackle pretty much forever, but I've been primarily offense.
Mm-hmm. We are talking to Arkansas State offensive tackle recruit Aiden Logan. Now, Aiden, what was it like to be recruited? I mean, I'm sure there were tons and tons of schools, at least 5 schools looking at you, and you decided to go to Arkansas State. What was it like being recruited when they came in, all the different schools, all the different coaches came in, sat down, sat in your living room talking to you and your family? How did Arkansas State talk you into going to their school out of all the other schools that were interested in you?
Well, so they would talk to me more than anybody else would. They really tried to build a relationship. I mean, everybody did, but I mean, they worked their butt off to try and build as close of a relationship as they could. I mean, they would check up with my family and stuff. My mom, she was pretty sick for a while, and every day I had a couple coaches asking how she was, calling me, see how things were, if I was okay and stuff. Nobody else did that. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that was a big thing for me.
How is your mom doing right now?
Oh, she's great. She is much better. Thank God for that. But yeah,
that's good to hear.
She's doing a lot better.
That's good to hear.
That is definitely good to hear. So your conference in the Sun Belt has actually had a great start to this college football season so far. Various upsets, especially in week 1. Your team had one of the biggest ones in week 1, 35-31 over Kansas State. So what was your impressions on that when you saw that, just the whole conference as a whole? You have Louisiana and Coastal Carolina playing today, both 3-0. What are your impressions of that? And you think they can rise to be better or just as good as some of those Power 5 conferences, lower-end Power 5 conferences?
I mean, it was definitely, I wouldn't want to say it's a shock, but it was a pleasant surprise, to say in the least. I definitely think we could get up there, especially with how aggressive they've been at recruiting and stuff. I definitely think we can get up there with the Power 5s.
As you guys know, we are talking to Arkansas State offensive tackle recruit Aiden Logan. Now, Aiden, we've interviewed some of the top offensive tackles in the country and some of the top recruits in the country as well. When you look at yourself and try to compare and contrast from all the other different offensive tackles or all the different offensive linemen that you've seen that were recruited, what makes you different from all the other recruits? What could we see on the football field? Do you have great feet? Do you have better hands? What makes you a top offensive lineman when going into Division I college football?
I wouldn't say that I've just got some natural ability. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some natural ability, but it's not like I've just had amazing feet from the beginning or amazing pad level, great hands, anything like that. I've just worked my butt off to get where I am right now. I think that some of the other better recruits, they have a lot more natural ability, so they haven't had to work as hard for that as I think I have. So I think I have an edge in terms of how much effort I'm going to be putting into every little thing I do.
So at 6'6" and 290 pounds, you're obviously a huge guy, but in terms of comparing it to other NFL offensive linemen, even top college football offensive linemen, it's technically on the smaller end, judging positional averages, but also it's become more trendy. Teams want quicker linemen, screen blocking, stuff like that for all these new RPO type offenses. Do you consider yourself that kind of offensive lineman that has been involved in those types of offenses?
My high school team, we're kind of a smash mouth football team. I've actually gained about 20 pounds since last year when I did weigh 290, but I think I will adapt to be whatever the coach thinks will benefit the team the most and whatever they think I could be the best at. So if they want me to go out and try and block for some screen passes, I'll do just that. Or if they want me down in the trenches just blowing up the defensive tackles, I'll be doing that too.
Now, Aiden, what pushes you to, because there are a lot of players that we've interviewed, and they've told us they have different hobbies. They like to dance, they like to go out to the mall, they like to go shopping. What pushes you to play football? Is there any other sports that was interesting to you when you went to high school? Obviously, you're still in high school. You're a senior in high school. Was there any other sports besides football that stood out to you, that you played, that interest you, that you actually played for the school team?
Yeah, I still do some track. I throw in track. I used to wrestle
6'6",
a lot,
290 pounds.
but an injury kept me from continuing in that path.
What do you do in track and field?
So I throw the discus and the shot put.
Most of you big guys do that. It's crazy because, like I said, we've interviewed a lot of guards and a lot of offensive linemen, and they all tell me they do track. And I said, "You're 6'6", 6'8", almost 300 pounds. What are you doing in track?" And then they tell me, "Well, just because I'm a big guy doesn't mean I'm not athletic. I didn't say you weren't athletic, but what do you do?" And they say shot put and all this other stuff. You got to be big and strong to do that. A matter of fact, there was a guy in the Olympics. Well, obviously we didn't have the Olympics this past year. It's moved to next year. There was 4 years ago that was in the Summer Olympics that was shot putting. That was actually really, really small. He was like 190 pounds, and he was throwing the shot put. I've never seen anybody that size throw the shot put the way he threw the shot put. I think it's incredible. It's a tremendous athletic ability that you must have. I think it's probably even harder than football.
Yeah, a lot of that is very technique based. If you don't have good technique, you're not going to throw it far. I mean, it's that simple. In football, you can get away with just being bigger than the other person at times, or being faster or something like that. But in track, you get what you put in.
So is there anything that technique-wise, or maybe even just the skill of what you do with the throwing events you do, that help you with the offensive line position?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of balance that's required. I do the spin for shot and disc. So you got to have like great coordination. You got to know where all of your body is at all times. You got to be able to recover, stay light on your feet. And I think, that definitely helps with football.
As you guys know, we are talking to Arkansas State offensive tackle recruit Aiden Logan. Now, Aiden, we now are going to ask you some silly questions, okay? And we expect some silly answers from you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
And we're going to try something new today, okay? After we ask you a couple of silly questions, I'm going to let you become the host of the show, and you get to ask you can ask either or of us any question you want, okay? Ask us whatever you want, okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
First question. Boxers,
Yep.
boxers or briefs, and why?
Boxers, I guess.
Boxers?
'Cause I don't know. They're just more comfortable.
So you like them to hang. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, man.
You like them to hang.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
Yeah,
man.
I don't like the tight stuff.
You must be wearing a big cup, my friend. All right. Question number 2. Favorite snack to eat before a game and why?
Taco Bell.
Taco
And that's
Bell.
just because it's right next to my high school.
How many tacos do you eat before a game?
Like 3.
3? You're a big man. You're 6'6".
3 and a large. Well, you don't want to eat too much.
Taco Bell
It'll mess
wouldn't.
up your tummy.
Yeah,
I usually get a large too.
Taco Bell wouldn't be the fast food I would eat before a game. Let me tell you, because you probably are farting up a storm on the field. Matter of fact, it probably benefit you anyways, because you'd scare the defensive lineman away from you. So it can't be that bad, right?
No, it's not that bad.